Hi guys, welcome to my persuasive speech about gap years. Has anybody in this room taken a gap year before? Raise your hand. How did you guys enjoy it? It was good? Great. Well, so when talking about gap years, I would like to talk about how when talking about other students that have just graduated from high school, gap years are very important to consider because they allow students to evaluate different areas of their life. Gap years help students come in touch with what's important, like life skills, and it helps them launch them into their career paths or whatever they want to pursue in life. Personally, I took a gap year after high school because I had some major events in my life that occurred. I felt like a gap year helped me discover myself and take time to learn and make an effort to most importantly rest in my life. I felt like a gap year helped me discover my career path and who I was, and I also felt like it took the pressure off of getting into college right away. Once I decided I was going to take a gap year for myself, a lot of stress was relieved for me, and in this speech I would like to share a few different benefits of taking a gap year, which will allow, hopefully you, or anybody else in the audience, to consider taking one at some point in their life. So first three things I would like to talk about in a gap year that I felt help in making a decision to take a gap year is to first plan. You got to understand what you're taking your gap year for. Personally, I did it for self-reflection. Number two, while you're in your gap year, reflect on your life. Really make sure you're benefiting from the time off of whatever you're taking that time off for. And then three, act. Be doing something. Don't just sit and wait. Have a plan. Do something with your life during that year of taking some time to rest and reflect. I personally did ministry school for a year in Raleigh, North Carolina. So now I'd like to talk about how I used my gap year. I attended a ministry school for a whole year, and during that gave me opportunities to become a youth ministry leader in my church in Raleigh, North Carolina. I also began to lead and attend other ministries to grow my personal relationship with God. So how the gap year benefited me? It benefited me emotionally, spiritually, and physically. I felt like God took me in a season of my life where He showed me His love for me and the identity that He wanted me to realize about myself through that time of taking the rest. Some statistics or quotes that are proof that gap years are important. TARE quotes, according to Gap Year Association, gap year fair attendance has increased 294% since 2010 in America. So a lot of people around the world are actually considering, from post-high school going into college, maybe I should take a year off to reflect on what I want to do with my life. Tensor, on page 13, quotes, in their recent survey of 280 former gap year students, Nelson found that 90% of students began or returned to college within a year of their gap year experience. The respondents reported having become far more active learners and reported that they experienced increased level of clarity through their educational objectives as a result of the gap year. I really feel like this is important because, like I said, reflecting, it helps us go back into what we were focusing on fresh, with a fresh start. And the third quote, Gotti, in page 12, quotes, most schools prefer to see that students participate in a solid program, that their request to take a gap year is based on the desire to engage in a meaningful learning experience. So that goes back to my point about having a plan. Really engage, because it's important to have the plan to pursue the year-long gap year. And finally, the last quote I would like to talk about is, a gap year can provide experiences that help people gain insight about themselves and their goals. It can give students a break from pressures associated with academics, resulting in renewed enthusiasm for their studies when they return from school. And it can offer young people real-world understanding of their classroom-based learning. And that was quoted by Torpe. So in conclusion, a gap year can be beneficial to any person looking to have a plan. Despite the drawback of being years behind my peers, I benefited from a gap year. I believe gap years not only develop you as a human being, but shape your character and to set aside a time in your life for a specific purpose. Thank you so much for listening to my speech about gap years.